have you decided if you would like to spend the rest of your life with Lauren? What do you need to know, or what did you need to know to decide?
Cool. Move on to the next one.
Yep, let's go home.
Hey guys, welcome back to Wild Till 9. Welcome back. Okay, first off, Jeremy has jeans on for those of our audio listeners who need a visual of Jeremy not wearing the Lululemon pants that he has. How many pairs do you have?
10.
But in different colors though, right?
Kinda.
Mostly blue, right?
When I find something that works.
No, I don't blame you. I'm the same way.
I'll just order 10 of them.
Yeah, in a few different colors.
Yeah, but I was at Ragabone yesterday and I was like, You know, I bet people at home that don't know that I own 10 pairs of the most identical-esque looking jeans.
No, I think people know.
Well,
I think people know at this point.
Bought 10 pairs of jeans yesterday.
You bought 10?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
8. You're right, 8.
8? We're not going anywhere. Anyway, so now we know how Jeremy is spending his podcast cut money.
I'm sorry, have you received a check?
I have not.
I was going to say, because if you received a check.
Also here, I feel like we still haven't really made any money on this podcast.
I mean, really, we haven't still really made, we have lost money on this podcast.
Right. 8 episodes in? What are we at? I don't even know. Anyway, half a year later, anyways, today is Valentine's Day. I know when this podcast goes up, it'll be far, far long gone.
But we're spending our Valentine's Day with you
guys. That's so nice.
That's so nice.
That's so nice.
That's so nice.
So today is my produced episode.
Are you giving away money?
I'm not giving away money.
Oh.
Also, if you want to watch last week's podcast, and unfortunately you can't win the money, but you'll get an idea of what it's like for the people who did win the money, so that if we give money away again, which will for sure happen, you'll know what to expect.
Unless you're a time traveler.
Sure.
Then you could win money.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So anyways, spending Valentine's Day with you guys, and we also have, I don't want to say it's our first guest, because it's not our first physical guest. But today I have, because she couldn't be here physically. Well, this is kind of physical. Anyway, MomDIY is here today to join us on this episode of the podcast.
Why does Moose look huge?
Okay, so my mom is 5'2". She's like maybe 100 pounds. Like, she's like the tiniest little ripped Asian lady with a 6-pack, giant biceps that will put every man's biceps to shame.
Just like you.
I was going to say, just like you, biceps to shame. Anyway, MomDIY is so tiny.
We're shooting in like 6K right now. They can see that that's a lot.
So MomDIY is so small that like this little phenom happens where when my mom holds Moose, who looks, I don't know if you've seen a picture of Jeremy and Moose and myself and Moose. Like,
I mean, he's rotund, but he's tiny.
But he's tiny.
But he's
like a small, medium-sized dog.
Chunky.
When my mom holds Moose,
thickums, little fat.
Moose looks like a Rottweiler. He looks like he's the size of a lab. Like, he looks gigantic.
Yeah.
He looks gigantic. And it's only when a tiny little person like my mom picks him up and the perspective, it's like an optical illusion. It's so funny. So anyway, here's Mom and our giant bull terrier Moose. This is full-size Moose, not mini bull terrier Moose.
Moose is definitely a schmedium.
He's a schmedium dog. He is absolutely a schmedium dog.
Not medium, not small. Just medium. Yeah.
Schmedium. So I wanted to bring my mom onto the podcast, and instead of us struggling, well, mostly probably my mom struggling through the technical side of having her like call in on Zoom and it just being like broken audio, I had her prepare some questions in kind of the form of a compatibility test. But I do want to say, and I feel like this falls under a nice theme because it's Valentine's Day today, that they're pretty touching. They're pretty heartwarming. I think that I just would never want my mom to ask questions about our sex life. So no one has to be subject to that, which I think is great.
Yeah, me too. I don't want to be asked questions about our sex life by your mom either.
Right. So when I asked her, I was like, Mom, like, this runs the gamut. Like, go wild, go crazy. Anything you want to ask, anything that you want to put us to the test in the form of like an individual or as a couple, go for it. All in, full send. And so luckily no sex questions. Thank God. Literally thank God. But Gail went in.
Okay. Should I prepare for this?
Maybe.
Okay. You
Maybe.
didn't allow me to.
No. You know what? In your defense, I skimmed the questions to make sure there was nothing.
I know you skimmed these questions. You act like I haven't quite seen them before. You've
But like,
seen them.
I didn't think about my answers.
Okay.
I really didn't. Like, there's some intense stuff about like kids and stuff, and like I didn't prepare any answers personally.
Great.
So this will be
So we're
fun.
supposed to be entertaining,
Yes.
eloquent,
Yes.
respectful,
Yes. Woke.
woke.
Yes.
Great.
All right. MomDIY has officially joined the podcast to put us in the hot seat. And it kind of goes back and forth between like individual hot seat, I do want to say. So I don't think it leans to one side. Like, it's not just like a Jeremy roast.
Good. I wasn't anticipating it to be one.
And I think that in the spirit of MomDIY being here, every time I ask a question, I should hold her picture up. So don't let me forget that.
Okay, got
because
it.
Because the
I wish
question.
we had a little stand that we could put her
Right,
in.
that I could just stick her on so that she'd always be here.
Can we stick her in here?
Well, no, then it won't be in our tight shot. It won't be in this shot right here.
You're right.
Yeah. No, it's okay. I can multitask. Okay. Okay. So here, I'm gonna actually rearrange these a little bit in the way that she asked them. Okay. First question. This is a layup for you.
And how come you get that reference but not an audible?
Because I know how to do a layup. Because
Okay.
that's in basketball.
I didn't know your basketball vocabulary was so.
6th grade point guard. Let's fucking go, baby.
You?
Yes. You know, the pickings were slim, but I was the point guard.
Yeah.
I honestly couldn't even name another position because like I only did
Well said. Let's
yeah.
go.
Okay. So anyway, this is an easy one. Oh, here we go. Mom up. Does one of you always apologize first? Is
Yeah. Yeah, one of us does.
Is it a genuine apology or an I'm sorry but ... apology? See, I'm gonna let you start here because you can roast me here.
Lauren's bad at saying I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And Lauren often, when she does say I'm sorry for the first time, it's not that she doesn't mean it. She understands that she's sorry, but she is not sorry yet.
Yet. That's correct. Yeah. If I say I'm sorry, but I'm still mad.
And how are you spelling Surrey?
Sorry?
Surrey?
I don't know.
Because it sounds like you're spelling Apple's trademarked, or you're saying Siri.
Siri. Well, that's
Siri.
that's silly.
Or
That's just a
Siri.
whole different
Siri.
word.
I agree. So I'm saying sorry.
I'm saying sorry as well.
Well, now you're saying sorry.
We're saying the same thing.
You guys heard it, right? Okay. But yeah, I digress. Yeah. You, oftentimes the first sorry that comes out of your mouth is because you're supposed to say I'm sorry.
Right.
And then later on, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. I would fully agree with that. Jeremy apologizes first, for sure. Like you have a more genuine apology first, but I'm just usually so mad by the time that you're apologizing about something that we
Did you guys hear her butt there?
I wasn't apologizing.
Right.
This is just a regular butt.
Right.
It's not an apology.
It's
It's not a sorry butt.
So, but like the way that
I heard the Canadian sorry there. When I'm not, yeah,
that one you heard?
It's because when I'm not repeating you,
Right.
I say it regular,
Right.
the Canadian way.
Right.
Anyway, by time Jeremy is saying sorry, and I'm supposed to be there as well, I'm usually so mad at the different points of how we got to that end that I'm not even mad about whatever we were originally fighting about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not even mad about that. I'm mad about the businessman shit that I had to endure to get to the end of the conversation. So like I would say like probably 10 minutes before we even get to the apologies, we're on the same page about whatever we're actually arguing about, but I'm just so mad. Who was I talking to the other day? They were saying how their boyfriend is a real estate agent who is a salesperson as well and just plays the exact same fucking game and had remorse for me. You guys are a special breed. You are a special breed.
Yeah. I mean, I have more to say on this, but the thing that I know that really frustrates you is when I almost give the too perfect of an apology.
Well, yeah.
It's
fishy.
It's not, but I'm just like, I want to be the first one to say that what I did was absolutely incorrect.
Right. And I'm like, that's dripping in sarcasm.
And even if I don't mean it, like you would prefer if I stammered over my words for like 2 minutes and just said, I really am sorry. Like you, I think you'd prefer that.
That feels more authentic and genuine. And only because I've been programmed for that to be the regular apology, but because you're just more eloquent with your words. Like I know that you do mean that, but I haven't been programmed to accept that as an apology.
So what programmer can I get in here to rewire a few things?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm
Okay.
not sure. Yeah.
Well, if you find that person.
Okay. Okay. This is a good one. This is a question directed at me. Mom DIY is up. If Jeremy developed a sudden but persistent and severe allergic reaction to mini bull terriers, what would you, Lauren, do? He has been assessed by 3 allergists with little success. This question has so many layers to it, and I love this. It's so good. So obviously you have to go. It's plain and simple.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, but also, so if we've seen 3 allergists,
Right.
let's go to 4 and 5.
Okay.
Let's go to 4 and 5.
Yeah, my insurance company's just going, yeah, I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
The old quadruple opinion.
And then if an allergist can't do it, we'd go to like some kind of homeopath, because maybe you could put a little bit of moose's saliva and just like gradually put that into like your breakfast or something. Cause like, when you have like seasonal allergies and they want you to eat organic raw honey because it helps like build up no, you haven't heard of this?
No, I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe like there's something we just sprinkle like moose dandruff or moose saliva into like your stuff to help build a tolerance to like moose things.
Okay.
And then also she said little success. So that doesn't mean no success. So I think, you have a little trouble breathing. You're fine.
Okay. Did you want to answer the question seriously?
Yeah, you have to go.
Okay.
You have to go.
Got it.
Yeah. I thought that was clear.
There's not much for me to say here then.
Okay, next question is for you. How many stuffies is too many? Is Lauren's serious stuffy problem a deal breaker?
How many is too many? Well, how many is too many for me? 1.
Too many?
Yeah, 1.
1 is too many. Does that mean 0?
Yeah, I'm annoyed by them.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
But I'm not annoyed enough by them to want to make you sad to make that a deal breaker.
Okay.
So it's not a deal breaker. Certainly not a non-starter. And which is why we have fucking 19 of them in our bedroom.
Yeah. I just like, I get not like shit for this, but like, I just don't understand why I can't just fucking like what I like. Like, I like stuffies. They're fucking soft. I am a side sleeper and I always need either a pillow or a stuffed animal, like in like up against my chest. Cause I don't know, there's something about like having empty arms. I don't know if there's more there in terms of like loneliness and sadness, but I'm a side sleeper and I need something to like fill that. So like the bigger, the softer and the plushier, the happier I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. This is not a battle that we fought about this. One of our very first fights was indirectly related to stuffies.
Right.
But beyond that.
The answer was that they just had to move to my side of the bedroom.
Yeah. When I initially moved in here, I think although Lauren really wanted someone to live with, wasn't really ready to actually cohabitate.
Yeah. Well, I'd never lived with anyone before. You're the first boyfriend I've ever lived with.
It showed.
Yeah. Anyway, we got there.
We did.
We got there.
We did indeed.
And the stuffies are now on my side of the bed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
how many do you think you have in that crate right there?
In that little bin? It's hard to say because half are socks.
By stuffies, she means stuffed animals for children.
See, okay, like I don't understand the big fucking deal about liking something soft and plushy.
Totally. So if I replaced them all with equally as comfortable pillows.
But then they don't have a little face. They're just so cute.
But
does that not fall in line with everything else that I think is cute? Like if you put a face, like that spatula that we have that has a face on
Spatchy
it.
spatch.
It's the spatchy spatch. Like that is a better spatula than all the other spatulas.
Okay.
Because it's a spatchy spatch. So like that's why a plushie with a face on it is better than a pillow.
Okay, what if the pillow was more comfortable?
Does it have a face?
No. But it is more comfortable, and you would agree with that.
Then maybe it could be interchangeable. We could work it into the mix.
So it's not about the pillow then. It's about the stuffy. It's about it being cute.
Yeah, it's about it being cute, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's the kawaii ones.
Kawaii?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it is. The little faces. They're so cute.
It's not a deal breaker, obviously. I'm here. I'm annoyed by it, but it's neutral at this point.
I love that.
Yeah. Like, you pick your battles, and that's not what I'm going to pick.
Gail and I will accept that. Gail, Moose, and I on this side of the room will accept that.
Yeah.
Okay. Real talk, if you don't love your hair, then you need to break up with your current hair care routine right now. It's time to try Function of Beauty instead. I just started using Function of Beauty and I have been loving how it's making my hair feel. After taking a quiz to assess my hair needs, Function's team determines the perfect blend of ingredients, bottles my formula, and delivers it right to me. I also get to choose my fragrance and color, which makes it a little more fun.
Lauren, I know you and I are both here for a cruelty-free company. Well, Function of Beauty uses ingredients that are vegan and cruelty-free and never uses sulfates or parabens. You could even go silicone-free.
We truly love to see it. With over 54 trillion possible formulations and over 50,000 real 5-star reviews, you can trust you are getting a quality product tailored to your hair needs. Make those hair gold dreams come true, people. They offer completely personalized formulas for body and skincare as well, so that you can be glowing from head to toe.
Never buy off the shelf again just to be disappointed. Ever. Go to functionofbeauty.com/wild9 to take your quiz and save 20% off your first order. That applies to their full range of customized hair, skin, and body products. Go to functionofbeauty.com/wild9 to let them know we sent you and get 20% off your order. functionofbeauty.com/wild9. Unhappy with your smile? You don't have to be. Thousands of people have used Candid, the clear, comfortable, removable, and practically invisible aligners to help straighten their teeth, and now they love their smile. Just like Justin M. from Atlanta, Georgia. When he was younger, he used to have a gap in the front and on the side of his teeth. He noticed people would always look at his mouth first, but when he found Candid, he no longer had to worry. And Candid is here to help straighten your teeth so you can fall in love with your smile too.
When using Candid, your treatment is prescribed and closely monitored remotely by a licensed orthodontist who's an expert in tooth movement. You'll have the same quality of care you'd get from an in-office orthodontist from the comfort and convenience of your own home. While most other aligner companies use dentists, Candid only works with orthodontists, guaranteeing you get what you need.
The same orthodontist who created your plan will stick with you throughout your journey to a better smile. Not only does it cost thousands less than traditional braces, it also works fast. The average treatment is just 6 months, but you'll start seeing results way sooner.
Become your best you. Start straightening your teeth today. Right now, you can save $75 on Candid Starter Kit. Go to candidco.com/wild and use code WILD. That's candidco.com/wild, code WILD. Take advantage of this limited time offer to save $75 on your starter kit. candidco.com/wild, code WILD. When you marry someone, also, I love that your mom is just throwing you around with the Mary word. So she obviously has faith in us and faith in you.
Well, it's your mother, but yeah.
Oh, what did I say?
Your mother.
Oh, your mother. My mother. A mom DIY. Gail. When you marry someone, you marry their family too. If you and Lauren get married, what do you think? What parts would be great and what parts would be less than great and maybe very bad?
About families?
Yeah.
In particular, your family?
I think it could be my family or your family as well.
I mean, I think we have almost the ideal setup. They're in 2 different countries. They, at their core, they both love, they both value, respect, and are willing to give time, affection, and attention to like offspring, even the idea of it. And
like as us as the offspring? Or
no.
Grandkids.
Grandkids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think the things that they value most are very
in line. Yeah.
Therefore, it'll be great.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think just talking to a friend who lives in the same city as both her parents and her husband's parents, and it's chaos because you're so close in proximity.
Yeah.
They expect more of you. And I think having family in separate countries allows us to make things more scheduled as well. Right. And that like sets expectations very, very clear.
But also I've been away from home full time for over 10 years.
Yeah, me too. Since 18.
I've been in a different state full time. Like I've been 8 hours, a minimum of 8 hours away.
Right. That's
and
far.
now, 8 hours by plane or the other side of the country for 10 years, right? Like I have not been within close driving distance for a decade.
Right. Yeah, my parents got to ease into being empty nesters because I was only about an hour and a half away.
I fucked off the second I could.
Okay.
But what my point of that is that like I don't have the same like like I think there's some moms that have a bit of a dick measuring contest with their sons, girlfriends, fiancés, wives sometime. And
wait, sons, girl, wait, hang
the
on.
daughter-in-law or
daughter-in-law's
their son's significant
parents?
other. I think a lot of moms.
So like me versus your mom.
Right.
Yes. I mean, that's like the storyline to every Bridezilla type of movie. Yes.
And my mom's never been like that.
Yeah.
But even now so like more so than ever, right? Like because everything is scheduled. She only sees us for a week, and it's not like she gets to see the everyday, like just how you do things that are different than the way that she would.
Right.
We don't run into that issue.
Right. Like I unload the dishwasher a specific way that she like cannot stand.
Totally. Yeah.
Or like the toilet paper is the wrong way.
Yeah. Little things that like
Yeah.
would drive either of you crazy if that pet peeve was around long enough to actually be a pet peeve.
If you had to like live together for 3 months.
Right. I would almost find it more of an issue if, as little as we see each other's parents, one of us couldn't figure out how to just like figure it out.
Right. For like the fucking week you're home for Christmas. Yeah.
I don't know. Not that I'm asking for this, but like things could be 100 times more negative and worse, and they're not. And it would be fine.
Right.
To me, it's sometimes you just have to figure out how to like fit into the situation.
Yeah.
And it's easy.
Yeah.
Like we have it very easy.
I think so too. I think my parents are also extremely easy to get along with. Like my dad is the dad of all dads. Like enjoys watching sports, fixes cars, can fix anything in the house. So you have access to that information. Like you have access to my dad's brain, which is very helpful.
But on the flip side of that, I think what's great about him is he doesn't judge me for not knowing how to do any of that.
Yeah, true. That's true.
Which some guys would.
Uh-huh.
But on the flip side of that, he has a core skill that I always will need and appreciate. And it's just like, there will always be something when he walks in the house that I go, before you leave, I need you to look at this.
Yeah.
And like, I think there's two ways to look at that from his perspective of like, well, why can't you do it, dumbass?
Right.
Or oh, sure, I'll look at it.
Yeah.
And he takes the second approach.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's, my mom and I have chalked up a lot of my creative solving abilities to being from my dad's side of like his brain.
Yeah.
Because he can take things, like he's one of those guys that would take things apart to put it back together. And I don't know if necessarily, I would necessarily want to do that or have any interest in that.
Right.
But I can see how things could be linked in our brains creatively.
If I take it apart, it's not getting put back together. Like, that's it.
I mean, I think even if it started apart, you couldn't put it together.
That's rude.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. I put together many IKEA furniture over the day.
I saw a meme the other day that was like the real relationship compatibility test is that if you can put a piece of IKEA furniture together with just pictures, because IKEA doesn't do words in their instructions, you can stay together. No, because it's so international. There's not a single. There's no instructions.
If we can afford captions, they can afford a translator.
They can afford a translator for their instructions. I mean, I see the cost saving benefits there for sure.
Yeah, I think that's bullshit, but still.
Okay.
Accessibility.
To
To be fair, though, I don't read any of the words. I only look at the pictures.
So there you go.
So,
and they make the pictures as good as they can for you.
Right.
For people like you.
Right.
Schwoob. But yeah, I think my parents are really easy to get along with and are very quick to welcome people into our family. You know what I mean? Like some people are I think give off a really intimidating factor when they meet someone's significant other for the first time. And my parents, with every relationship, have always been very, very like welcoming and warm, ask lots of questions. And maybe that it made some boyfriends feel uncomfortable, but like that's a them problem, not a parent's problem, I feel like.
Yeah. Also, like, as one day we'll be a future dad, you know, sure as fuck, I'm going to ask some questions.
Literally, if we have a daughter who is straight, they are fucked. They are just absolutely fucked.
I just have a few questions.
I just
don't think it'd be unfair if I asked a few questions.
I just want to talk.
No, I don't even want to talk. It's just like, I would just like to have a better grasp of who would be going out with my son or daughter.
In your intentions.
Yeah.
Your intentions. Yeah. Yeah. Dear God. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough.
I can't wait. It'll be fun.
I think though, having a leg up as a parent of you being a past fuckboy, I think that gives you more leverage to be a better parent.
Could. We'll find out.
Okay. Shit, some of these are really intense. Like MomDIY went in.
Great.
She did not hold back. I also would be so curious to know like which one of these questions are for her own curiosity and not even for like the sake of this being a good podcast. Like she's just like, like I wonder if this, da 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 da. So that leads us to our next question. Have you decided if you would like to spend the rest of your life with Lauren? What do you need to know, or what did you need to know to decide? Oh wait, I forgot to hold MomDIY up while I asked
Okay,
that.
then we'll move on to the next one. What?
Do you know who answer the question?
I'll answer the question.
Okay.
Will you ask it again?
Yeah, with MomDIY holding up. Have you decided if you would like to spend the rest of your life with Lauren? What do you need to know to decide, or what did you need to know to decide?
Have I decided?
Oh my God, that's a no. Oh my God, you guys. I don't have a Valentine. I'm single. Oh my God.
Let me walk you through my thought process.
Okay, interesting.
I don't know if there's necessarily a binary, I've made this decision, at least the way that my brain works.
Okay.
I think the difference between Jeremy 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago and today would be that I think I used to think I need to make that decision.
Okay.
And it becomes I have no interest in spending the rest of my life with this person to, I want to. And I think now I would only have gone on a second date with you if I see that as an opportunity.
Oh, interesting.
And then date 3, date 4, date 5. And it's not to say like, oh, I'm going on a date 3 because I want to get married to her. Mm-hmm. I think it was, I know what, at least at the time I was looking for, and you met those, we'll say, qualifications. And then you continue to meet those qualifications.
Right.
And you continue to, as my qualifications shift, yes, no, more important priorities, whatever, you continue to meet all those things. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's necessarily
like a green light, red light, go.
Right.
Yeah.
At least in my mind. It's you have continued to be the person that you've continued to hit the benchmark or better of everything that I've been interested in since we started hanging out and dating and being together. And that has continued to be the case.
I think that I fully agree with that statement. I have a similar mindset for sure, because I think that if, just metaphorically speaking, so if everything's going great, whatever, we like get married, it's great. But then like things start getting murky during parenthood and you find each other like not meeting the qualifications or, quote unquote qualifications and expectations of like what you need in a partner to raise a child in a way that you want to do that and see that being beneficial. Like it just, then you're going in an opposite direction. So like I fully agree and just think that like it's increasing compatibility to a place that like puts you in a happy spot. And then when you reach something like just say parenthood and there's like clashing of opinions and you're butting heads, you have to decide like, okay, well, let's like take into account all the things that are a yes and are a meet the qualifications and check these boxes. And where can the compromise be? Or does this just not work anymore? Are we so non-compatible in this like certain area where you have to call it off?
Well, also the thing is like, I don't believe in the yes, no, in the sense that there's a decision that can then be made that no matter what you do can't change that decision, right? Like the relationships and those decisions don't live in a vacuum. Therefore, if an opportunity came up for you that was just so good and I wanted to be with you, but I hated every part of what that did. Mm-hmm. And I expressed that the way that I need to express that clearly. And you just came back to me with just like, yeah, it's too bad. Mm-hmm. Well, although you hit all those qualifications, there's one that's really just the equal and opposite side of that and no longer works.
Right.
So it's one of those things where I just think that like I think some people are just like, well, does he want to be with me or not? Okay, well,
it's not as black and white as that.
It's just not. Yeah. So for me, it's all currently the same green light that I've felt since day one.
Right. Oh, it's like when you're having a really fucking good day in traffic and you just hit green light after green light after green light. And then you hit that one red and you're like, well, shit, there's the end of my good luck.
I don't know if it's just like that, but yeah, okay.
And then you see Jeremy's socks on the ground loitering everywhere and you hit that red light and you're like, fuck, I have to call it off.
No. And then you see a little yellow light for somebody else, but it's still a green light for you because similar to your fucking stuffy obsession at the near age of 30, I don't mind.
Okay, one, I'm offended that you rounded me up to 30. One.
If you were to round. which way would it go?
I'm closer to 25 than I am 30, so I'd like you to round down to 25.
Lauren, I want you to do some math.
August, September, October, November, December, January, February. Oh, so we're right at the 6-month mark. We'd have to break it down to days. So, oh fuck, it's the 14th. You're right. I'm closer to
I was tough to watch. I was tough to watch live.
God. Okay. See, but like, I just don't think that like stuffies are one of those things that have to be associated.
It's fine. It's fine. Let's go on.
Okay. Whew, Mom, that was a heavy one. Shit. Okay.
Yeah. What the fuck?
I told you these are like this might be the most hardcore compatibility test.
People are watching me sell in real time right now.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. I just put lipstick on the mic. Oh shit.
It's okay.
It's
just a $600 microphone.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's now
okay.
Just lost its value. It's okay. That won't impact the sound quality.
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah, it's not gross.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine.
It's okay.
Oh, here's a fun one. Okay.
Also, did everyone ever notice that I got a microphone for myself, which is the one that Lauren got, and it was actually for my voice type, but because it's sparkly and shiny, we switched microphones, and I have the matte one, and she has the sparkle version.
You said that I should have this one for my voice.
I did say that. I wanted you to have the sparkly one.
I like the sparkly one.
I know.
It's nice.
I know.
Matches my highlighter.
I know.
Okay. Next question. Mom DIY. The good question of Mom DIY. You've won $1 million on a lottery ticket you bought together. How would you spend it together? Or would you take $500,000 each and decide individually what you want to spend it on? Every man for himself.
I think I'd listen first.
Okay, what do you mean?
What do you want to do?
Here's the thing, and here's my honest
honest
opinion.
Yeah,
is that I have a fat fucking mortgage, and that's not a financial asset that is sucking your financials, and like, I wouldn't want to like you're not attached to my debt, right?
Right.
Like currently, as boyfriend and girlfriend, you were not attached to my
net worth.
debt.
Actually, I think I might be ahead.
Right, net worth.
Yes.
Yeah, you're probably because I have so much debt because of a mortgage, right?
Yeah.
So if we won the lottery today, and like have no plans on getting married within the next 6 months,
right?
I think that I would want to take not all of it. Like I would be like, can I have $200,000 of that? So it's just say, can I have $200,000 of that to put against my mortgage so I can pay a fat chunk of it off?
Okay.
You take $200 to do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
And $600,000 left. Let's figure out what we want to do with that together.
Okay.
That's where my head initially goes. Or maybe like $250 for mortgage, $250 for whatever you want to do, and then $500 that we can you afford a yacht at $500 to buy your yacht money?
$500,000 for a yacht?
Yeah.
No.
Really? I guess 500. Yeah, 500,000 is not that much. Yeah, you're right. You can't even buy it.
We're gonna fucking park it.
Yeah, seriously.
In Los Angeles,
God. Right?
You could park it in the Midwest.
Okay, so then what would you spend?
I could park it on the ground in the desert. What the fuck am I gonna buy with a $500,000 yacht?
in the desert in the.
When I envision yacht money, and I actually have, I know what a couple prices of like big boats that I've been on.
Okay.
And it wasn't $500,000, a lot more, and it wasn't the size of the yacht that I would hitch my wagon to and call yacht money.
Right. Okay, so my first question, I have lots of questions here. First question.
Did you get a final answer? Because it seems like you were just like in circles for a second there.
I would take $250 to put against my mortgage, which would give you $250 to do whatever you want with it.
Right.
And then $500 together to do something together.
Okay.
That's my answer.
Okay.
Yeah. What's your answer?
We'll split it 500.
Oh, okay.
And if you want to put it on the mortgage, great. If you don't want to put the mortgage, great. Like, done.
And then maybe we take like $50,000 and put it towards like buying office space or renting office space for the podcast.
So we're not in here anymore?
Yeah.
Realistically, you know what I would do?
What would you do?
I would I'd figure out and talk to probably my money person and figure out the shift of if I were to realize the gain in comparison to you.
Right.
And then I would take that money with in some agreement and basically put that into a trust. Because that way the tax rate would be less.
God, yeah, the tax implications. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, because mine's like 43 and yours is 50.
How is lottery taxed at?
It sucks.
Just regular?
No, it's capital gains.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like just like full bracket, full tax bracket. Yeah.
Half.
God damn. Woo, that's ruthless.
See how I just talked myself into getting that money a little bit more than you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you went with it. That's great.
I just got bamboozled into a sales pitch.
Yeah. And then we'll put it in press afterwards. But yeah.
I think I just got
Yeah,
bamboozled.
I'll take it. I'll realize the gain.
Right.
I'll just realize it.
I'll realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that would be...
Actually, you know what's funny? I did purchase the David Dobrik puzzle.
You did purchase the David. Oh my God, you're right.
And we haven't put it together yet.
I think that the winner wins $50,000.
I think 100,000.
100,000?
Yeah.
Right.
But I gave it to you for Christmas, so it's yours.
Oh, shit. I don't even know what I'd do with $100,000. I'd probably put most of it towards the mortgage. And then, I don't know.
And you say this as if I'm not like paying you rent to put onto the mortgage. You're like, there's no part of that. As if I'm not paying tens of thousands of dollars a year.
Right. It just doesn't compare to the fat debt that I have of mortgage.
Right. But every cent you put into it becomes an asset. And every cent I put into it becomes an asset for you.
Helps me pay off my asset.
Right. But 100% of mine goes to nothing that is mine.
Right. That you don't own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you really set that up in a soul-sucking perspective, which I'm fine with. But I also want to remind you that the tens of thousands of dollars that I have and will continue to pay you goes towards your mortgage.
Right. You just don't want to be that boyfriend, though, that gets roasted for living in YouTuber girlfriend's house, because we've seen that
For
too
free?
many times. Yeah.
Oh, I'm fine with that. Roast me. Can we go to that? Let's
Can
do
we
that.
actually go that route?
Yeah.
Can we
Hey,
do that? I'll
everybody,
take that. I'm down.
get over there and roast me. Get out there and point your fingers. That'd be terrible.
Yeah. Maybe that wouldn't get to you as much as it does other other boyfriends. Oh no.
You guys are roasting me.
Oh my God. The free friend. It's so painful.
Turns off auto fucking pay. Fantastic.
Oh my God. Shit, I didn't think about that.
I get a reminder every time it's pulled out of my bank account.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Because every once in a while I'm like, for what? Oh, okay, got it.
Right.
How much? Huh?
Okay. MomDIY sign up. Who does Moose love more?
You.
You think?
He respects me more. He loves you more.
Oh, that was an easy one. You nailed that right on the head. Yeah. 100%. Moose does not listen to me. Maybe 35% of the time Moose listens to me, but mostly not really. And he listens.
35 is a generous number.
He'll give me a paw whenever.
If there's food.
No, I can ask for a paw with no food. Moose is also the most food motivated dog that I have ever met in my entire life. It is truly insane. No, Moose would give me a paw with no food.
Okay.
I'd put money on it.
On the first ask?
Yeah. On the first ask.
Okay. And I guarantee if we showed how this would go, you would use a voice more aggressive than you ever actually do.
Paw!
Moose! Paw! We're usually like, Moose, paw.
Can you eat this paw?
Can you eat this paw?
Can you eat this paw?
Can you eat this paw? Love you, Moose. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, he loves me more.
Loves you more.
When he's
respects you more.
scared, he runs into my lap. But when he needs to do something, it's Jeremy.
Yep.
Yeah. Like if Moose were to be off leash anywhere with me, gone. Fucking
off
gone.
Leash.
Yeah, gone. Like when I say off leash, I mean off leash and never coming home.
Right.
But I think that he could go off leash with you.
Yeah, I wouldn't be scared of that.
Yeah. But be a responsible dog owner and don't let your dog off leash if he can't come back to you, which is something that I would never do. If you were me, if you were in my scenario where your dog listens to you 35% of the time on a good day, do not let your dog off leash.
Yeah. And what's funny is when Lauren's gone, he then gives me the love and respect that he fills the void of having to love something as much when Lauren's gone.
Yeah.
Like I get both of them then.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is cute as fuck.
Yeah. Little father-son bonding time.
Right.
Yeah. I think also too, like, you met Moose when he would have been a year and a half.
Yep.
So like I had puppy Moose, but I think as the years go on, not that he doesn't love you, he loves you like fucking so much. But I think the love balance will balance out. Give it a few more years.
I'm fine with him loving you more as long as he respects me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind. Like I think we have a very healthy relationship.
You and Moose have a really healthy relationship.
Yeah. Like what's great about it is Moose now knows Moose knows how to make me happy, quote unquote.
Right.
And when I get happy, when he does a thing that he knows will make me happy, he is then happy.
He is happy.
Yeah, it's like it's a good relationship.
It's a good relationship. And then when Moose makes me happy, it's when he's just like sitting on my lap cuddling.
When Moose looks like he needs directions the most, Lauren is happiest.
Oh my God. Okay.
Like when Moose needs to be reminded that he actually needs to go to the bathroom when he's standing on the grass that he pees on.
Right.
Yeah.
Jeremy. When Gail develops dementia, and Greg has died prematurely of a heart attack when the Maple Leafs win the Stanley Cup.
Oh God, this is going to be the only one that gets me in trouble.
This is the NHL. My dad is a diehard Leafs fan, and they haven't won since 76 or something. Will you help look after her? Find her when she has gotten lost out for a run? Calm the waters when she has expressed her political views to complete strangers in the neighborhood?
Well, what was the action item there?
Will you help look after her? Will you find her when she's gotten lost, when she goes for a run?
Where are you?
What?
Where are you?
I'm not sure. Find her when she's gotten lost for a run. Calm the waters when she has expressed her political views to complete strangers in the neighborhood. So will you help get her out of just hot water when she's expressed political views?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we'd find a nice facility.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, you know, the people that are like, oh no, you can't put him in the home. You gotta live with him. You gotta bring him into your home. I'm not there.
Oh, my parents have also never been like. My mom also worked in like that general area of healthcare as well. So she was like director of like a home healthcare organization that helps be like the system to help people transition to like long-term care homes and retirement homes and assisted living. And so my mom has more faith than anyone in that system and like knows how well people can be treated. So like all of my grandparents at some point, except for one, had been in some kind of retirement home at some point. So like my mom would not judge you for putting her in a retirement home.
Well, she won't have enough wherewithal to judge me anyway, so it'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. And like now, to be fair, and here's where I'm gonna make up for the fact that I'm gonna put you in a home for sure, and in a home that is the only thing is it would be a home that is accessible to us so that we can look after her.
Oh, yeah.
So
no, she knows that. She
we
knows,
might be importing you.
Yeah, no, she knows that she would be immediately imported.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
but that's also a win-win situation because why would you want to be alone in St. Catharines with like no, depending on like.
You never know. And I think the things that you remember especially when you like dementia hits, I think your short-term memory really goes. And I think the things that, especially from your childhood, are the things that come back most. And so I could see that being the reason that she wanted to be closer to those things, even if she wasn't even cognizant of the fact that she wanted to be closer to those things at the time.
Right. I will say though, like having my Nana, my mom's mom, struggle with dementia right now, it's like heartbreaking for her to know certain things but not be able to understand because she is surrounded by so many things that she's familiar with. So like, for example, COVID, like she can't understand why she can't see all her grandkids.
Right.
And because she knows that she's in her hometown where all of her family is, like it's almost a con to her being in such a familiar environment.
Right. I think that on the flip side of that, like when my grandmother died of Alzheimer's 2 years ago, just forgetting how to swallow.
Right.
Like couldn't remember how to swallow kind of thing. Like things that like you don't even think about that you even know that you know. Yep. That kind of stuff. She would never have been able to grasp the concept of COVID.
Right. Oh my God.
Chance.
Yeah.
The thing that I will say is Gail's lucky that I will be a part of that situation and that scenario and those decisions because I am way bougier when it comes to amenities and things that one needs.
You're so true.
Lauren would put her in like like my mom wouldn't have wanted this fancy stuff. She'll like want this for sure. And I'll be like, that fucking thing? Huh?
That's not true.
What's the thread count on those? Absolutely not. We're not using that.
No. Absolutely not. My mom was the sole reason why I'm scared to touch, no matter how bougie the hotel is. Like we could be in a private hut in Fiji, you know, like we were. And I'm still to this day scared to touch the top layer of the blanket, whether it be like a quilt or a duvet or a comforter, because she just ingrained into my brain that hotels don't wash that top layer and they only change out the sheets, so you can't actually touch it.
Yeah, so anyway, we sleep on $14 sheets.
Yeah, we do.
There are certain things that like Lauren, for whatever reason, just doesn't get on that I just don't get. Like Lauren Lauren uses like all but plastic IKEA silverware that is 7 years old. Like that shit was about to break when she bought it.
That can confirm.
Right. And Lauren constantly is throwing out things that I own that are 10 times nicer because they're not cute, but they're much fucking nicer. So we have a very different like view on quality of things.
Pots and pans.
Like, you know, things like that, right?
I had a really cute purple set, and I really liked my purple set.
You could taste the carcinogens as they chipped off into your meal. It was like a side of cancer, and every single time we made eggs. Anyway, the point is, I will make sure that she's in a nice facility.
Right.
Whereas you'd be like, wait, how much is it every month?
You know what, too?
Oh my, $74 difference just so that she can have fresh towels?
Get fucked, Jeremy.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to ask a really hard question now and throw you into the bus. Hope
Go
you
ahead.
enjoy it. That's what you get.
Do it. Oh, really? The one where you asked me at the time if I'm ready to marry you or not, or if I haven't made that decision in front of 300,000 people? That wasn't a difficult conversation?
We were just warming up.
Okay, let's get into it then.
Up.
Let's hop in.
No, you know what I was going to say is...
Actually, fuck it. Have you decided?
What?
Have you decided?
It's been all green lights so far.
Huh.
That's where we're
That
at.
sounds oddly familiar.
Huh.
All right.
Huh.
Okay. I'm going to put some... You know what? You just wait. Just wait for Donna's questions.
Oh, Jesus
She'll be like, Leviticus 3:4. Would you agree that you are...
I'm sorry. Who?
Yeah, Leviticus?
Yeah.
Go on.
Would I have learned it in Veggie Tales?
Yeah, you would. Yeah, for sure.
Veggie Tales.
Actually, maybe not Leviticus, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Veggie
Probably
Tales covered
Psalms.
that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right, hard question. Fastball me. Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. What compromises do you make for Lauren? Oh, fuck. One more time. With the mom and move sign. What compromises do you make for Lauren?
Can't think of any.
That's bullshit. That is absolute bullshit.
What compromise do I make for Lauren? Your mental health.
I was going to say, there's no way we can't go down this road. Yeah.
Your mental health is a giant pain in the ass that I'm fully willing to continue to have as a pain in my ass.
Right. Yeah, I mean...
And I mean that in the most respectful of ways.
No. I fully am aware of how inconvenient... And this is like such like a downward spiral for so many people who struggle with anxiety, is that anxiety does not just affect you, it affects everyone around you.
Right.
And that can be a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people who struggle with anxiety.
But I think the problem is there's too many people that are in my shoes that go, oh, it's not a problem. It's not a big deal. I love her. It's okay.
Yeah.
To me, I think it's bullshit. I'm the first person to say it is inconvenient.
Yeah.
It is not what I want to do. It's all these things. Yeah. And I know that. I accept that. That is part of our deal. And I took that deal, and I still love that deal.
Right. Yeah, 100%.
It's not this fake, it doesn't bother me bullshit. Like, fuck off. Just
100%.
accept it and resonate with it.
And I think the hard thing for someone on my side of that equation is that when someone says that but doesn't actually demonstrate what they're saying, there's a disconnect there, and it makes them even more insecure about whatever they're going through.
Right.
You know, and because I just feel like I've gotten so many DMs of being like, I feel like I have no one to talk to because I've talked to someone too many times and I'm too much, or I've come to them too many times and it's the same conversation. So even though it's still very real for them every single time, on the receiving end, it feels like the same repetitive conversation, and they give off the vibe that like they're sick of it.
Right. But at the same time, no, it's not a big deal. No, I don't mind talking about this. Like, when it's just disingenuous.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Disingenuous?
I think disingenuous.
Disingenuous. What an idiot. Me. I'm the idiot.
Okay.
Although last time I corrected myself and said that, everyone was like, Australia is not the continent. You're dumb twice. I'm like, thanks, guys. Oceania.
Oh, yeah, Oceania. Yeah.
Fuck me, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Sorry, Kiwis. And I do fuck with the Kiwis.
Kiwis are New Zealand.
Yeah. Oh, but I think it's part of Oceania.
Is it?
I saw a lot of people from New Zealand kept correcting me on this one. Yeah.
Okay, let me Google it.
Because it was news to me.
Oh, well, I mean, it is pretty close.
It's very close, yeah.
Yeah. Is New Zealand part of
Oceania.
Oh, yeah?
Oceanies.
Yeah, country in Oceania.
I was waiting for you to be like, no, you're stupid
you
three
are
times
stupid?
down.
Yeah, no. Yeah, New Zealand is an island country in the Southwest Pacific Ocean. It consists of 2 main land masses.
Didn't we learn in school that Australia was a continent?
I definitely did. When they were like, color the 7 continents.
Right. It wasn't Oceania.
Australia got its own color.
Yep.
I
In
feel
New Zealand?
You know what?
Not sure what you
know
call
what
it.
I also just learned the other day is, and this I learned this off TikTok.
Are you gonna say the hibernation thing?
Yes.
I knew it.
What the fuck? Did you know that?
No, I was taught the wrong thing.
I genuinely, to
Bears,
my core,
in particular. Bears.
Bears. I thought that bears would gather food inside this big log that they would go to sleep with all their food and just.
It sounded like a decent deal for them.
It sounded like a great deal.
It's a meal. You just get fat as fuck and just drink and eat whatever you want and then just for 6 months.
Well, I thought that they took and like stored all their food, but they would just live in the log for 6 months.
They would just wake up, sit up just enough to be able to eat another berry or 17.
Yes.
And
then go back to sleep.
Right.
That's exactly what I thought. And I just feel like there are movies, there are shows, there are books.
It's just the bare necessity.
Okay.
That one, yeah.
Yeah. And
There's got to be hibernation in there.
I cannot believe the bamboozlement that went on in our education systems.
Was that Jungle Book?
Yeah.
Get above the world. It's just no consonants.
The bear. Yeah.
I mean, no bear. No hit. Just. Bear.
Okay.
It's like he's singing with a cavern in his mouth.
No
like
one.
his mouth is a cave.
Okay.
Everyone wants me to sing. There you go.
There it is. We've all been sold a lie by the weight loss industry that weight equals health. The number on the scale has become so powerful that it defines how people feel and think about themselves. But that's not an accurate reflection of true health. That's why we love using the FitTrack's Dara Smart Scale.
Yeah, it feels good to step on a normal scale and see the number decrease, but the potential panic that accompanies an increase is enough to keep me away. The FitTrack Dara Smart Scale measures 17 different body compositions, giving you a more accurate picture of your health. Step on the scale, and the 4 metal pads will analyze 17 different health measurements, including your body fat percentage, muscle mass, hydration levels, bone density, and more.
I love how it allows you to track and trend your health over time and see how your daily choices, ranging from exercise to diet, can affect your health in the bigger picture. Another perk is it allows up to 8 different accounts. So we have one for Jeremy, for myself, and of course, Moose, which comes in handy when Bubby's just looking a little chonky.
A little
chonky.
Stop measuring weight and start measuring health with FitTrack. Go to fittrack.com/wild to take 50% off your order. Plus, for a limited time, you'll also save an additional 30% with code BUILD30 at checkout. That's FITTRACK.com/wild to save 50% off. Plus, get an additional 30% off your order with code BUILD30 at checkout. Don't miss out on this amazing limited time offer. FitTrack.com/wild with code BUILD30 at checkout.
We deserve better than having to choose between either cheap disposable razors or overpriced brands. No one, and I mean absolutely no one, should ever have to deal with the pain of razor burn. 10 out of 10 do not enjoy the burn or bumps, so from personal testament, I am so glad that I found the Athena Club razor.
The Athena Club razor is designed with the sharpest patented blades on the market. Their razor kit is only $9 and includes 2 5-blade razor heads, your choice of a razor handle color, and a magnetic holder for easy storage. And that magnetic holder definitely comes in handy in our shower. Let's just say Lauren and I have a growing collection of different hair, body, and purple shampoo products, meaning it's nothing short of an incidental crime scene waiting to happen without proper razor storage.
There are also so many cute color options for the handle. I went with the coral colored handle and holder and adds the cutest little pop of color to our already very colorful shower. Another feature of the razor is that the blades are enhanced with a revolutionary water activated serum that has shea butter and hyaluronic acid for a skin smoothing shave with maximum hydration. This actually is the only razor to exist that is designed with hyaluronic acid. The cloud shave foam they carry mixed with these sharp blades has transformed my shaving experience, and for real, I'm officially banishing my old shitty shaving experience forever.
Stop using razors that underdeliver and switch to Athena Club. Sign up today and you'll get 20% off your first order. Just go to athenaclub.com and use promo code WILD. That's ATHENACLUB.com with promo code WILD for 20% off.
Our next sponsor, who has been a massive supporter of the pod and one of my personal favorites, is one that I really and truly stand behind. My anxiety has been at an all-time high recently with switching medications and trying to figure out what works for me. BetterHelp has been there for me in my darkest hour when I have needed them most. BetterHelp is a service that matches you with your own licensed therapist based on your needs. Its convenient online environment is safe and private, and you can be connected to therapists within as little as 48 hours.
BetterHelp is not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It is professional counseling done securely online. It's more affordable than other online counseling services, and financial aid is available. This makes it easy for everyone to get help when they need it, no matter what that might be. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change counselors if needed.
That part specifically is so important to me based on my experience with different therapists, because who you talk to really, really matters. The counselors also specialize in a range of needs, including depression, stress, anxiety, relationships, sleeping, trauma, anger, family conflict, LGBTQIA+ matters, grief, and self-esteem. Anything you share is confidential, and services are available for clients worldwide. BetterHelp is convenient, affordable, and professional. You can go on their site and check out testimonials posted daily.
I want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/WT9. Join over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/WT9.
Bring the fire. I mean, easy. Let's go.
Has it been easy?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we got two more. Oh wait, where's my popsicle stick? What?
MomDIY stick?
My MomDIY stick?
Uh-huh.
How would Lauren's friends describe Jeremy? And how would Jeremy's friends describe Lauren?
Well, Jeremy's friends have met Lauren like twice because we don't see them anymore. And
yeah, pre-COVID, I feel like I met like there was a few friends who we saw a lot, and then more of like your friends that you only see once or twice a year, even pre-me. I feel like we barely hung out with,
right,
and then COVID happened.
Well, you live in the middle of Timbuktu.
I live literally. I'm gonna dox my own address here, so let's not do that.
How would your friends describe me? I mean, am I supposed to answer that? Why wouldn't you answer that?
Okay, I'll answer that. My friends would describe you as the charismatic life of the party. I would say also they would come to you for career and relationship advice. I don't know why the fuck they'd come to you for relationship advice.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, the way that this dude's being described, this guy falls. I don't know if it's me, but yeah, this is great.
Do you want me to continue with the compliments?
This is
do you
great.
Do you want me to switch over?
Are you kidding? No, it's fantastic.
Okay. I think my friends and a lot of my friends' boyfriends who have now become your close friends as well come to you for career advice specifically because you've done a great job at paving your own path and doing things the way that you want to do them and finding success.
Finding non-conventional ways to
be successful.
To see success. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that anyone who doesn't have a college degree and can be at the level that you are at has done something very special.
And next, one more asterisk to that. Didn't have a college degree, not because he couldn't have figured it out and finished, just because he chose not to.
Has 95% of a college degree.
Which when you round, 0.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have that stupid piece of paper that so many feel like you need to have.
Totally.
Is what I'm saying. It's
totally.
like, it's a piece of paper.
Yeah.
But I think that a lot of our friends come to you for career advice and career wisdom and like what to do next steps. And then I think there are a lot of friends who trust you to be a voice of reason to bridge. Oh, here's what it is. You're a really good voice of reason to bridge the gap between crazy girlfriend and dumb fucking boyfriend. Is that not perfect? Does that not describe so many like?
That does describe a lot of our friends. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We'll just. The caption house will probably fuck that up. So
right.
Yeah.
No, but it's true. Like, you're able to think like both sides and see both sides and help make one of the other understand what they are doing, what they should be doing, what they could be doing, etc., to bridge that gap.
I don't know how I could say anything that's nicer than everything you just said. So I dare I even remotely insert my opinion on this. But the only thing that I'll add, one, that's very nice on a lot of accounts. The thing that I think my biggest, strongest, and most genuinely helpful attribute that I've always had is I have genuinely been curious in other people's perspectives, whether I agreed with that perspective at all or completely since day one. And whether that's been a 4-year-old asking questions to one of my 72-year-old grandmother's friends about a topic that I had no prior interest or domain knowledge on.
Right.
Or flip that. And I think that a lot of times people are so caught up in the way that they feel that they aren't able to question why the other person feels the way that they do.
Right.
And I love talking about that with anyone who will listen.
Right. Well, yeah, and I think that has led you to have a very deep understanding of a lot of random shit.
Yeah. And if I'm honestly answering, I think my friends just see you as a badass fucking individual who balances all of my weaknesses out with your strengths.
Okay. I'll take that. Okay, last question. And
the finale.
Yeah, this is the finale, and I think that our answers are going to be absolute horse shit.
Okay.
And here we go. Popsicle stick is in the air. I think I've been pretty good about including MomDIY.
I think so.
She's been in most of the shots. Okay. For both, what do you think is the best and worst thing about having kids?
Oh.
What advice would you give your future self?
You have to go first.
As a parent. The best and worst thing about having kids. I have no fucking idea because I don't have kids. And so I just want to preface anything that comes out of Jeremy and I's mouth the next 10 minutes is that we don't have kids. So everything that we say holds zero credibility because, I mean, I know that so many of our listeners and viewers do have kids and they are experts in the subject and we are not.
And, as two virgins who aren't ready to have children.
Right. Abstinence is key.
It's, it's not been on our wavelength, but we'll do our best to answer the question anyway. Go ahead, Lauren.
Here's the thing is that, like, I think without having a kid, you don't know what the best part is. Like, I think looking from the outside in, and outside in is like literally what I see, what parents show on social media, which again is like a total perspective that can be filtered and edited. You know what I mean? So I don't even have a clear understanding of like what they actually think is the best part because I'm going off of cheesy Instagram captions they post on their kid's second birthday, and I'm like, oh, well, great. The best part is that your kid loves you. Like, okay, cool. Like Moose loves me. Like I know that. But I think what I have grasped is that there's something that, and the same way that I feel like when I got Moose, it unlocked a new level of love that I didn't know that I was capable of. I feel like having a kid and going through that entire experience of like being pregnant and like having a partner and you guys like making a literal offspring that is half and half like of your relationship, I think that probably unlocks the next level of love that you didn't know you were capable of.
Okay. And the bad thing?
As someone who has emetophobia, which is like an irrational fear of throwing up, I am curious to see how I'll handle having to literally make your baby throw up a little bit after every meal. Like there's just so much throw up involved in babies, and I'm a little nervous on how I'm going to handle that. I think the same way that I've become more immune to Moose yakking at fucking any moment, it'll get easier. But I also think that I am not someone who functions well on lack of sleep, and I'm aware of that. And
everyone at home's like, oh, he's fucked.
Yeah, he's fucked. He's absolutely fucked. And I'm fully aware of that. My dad is the same way. Like my mom can get 4 hours of sleep and be totally fine and be totally coherent. I am not that person. I am absolutely not that person. I need a solid 7 hours. And I think that this will test my ability to be a functioning, sane, and lovable human when that gets tested. That sounds like a really fun time for you, babe. We're going to be together forever, right? You decided that you want to marry me.
I decided that I want to marry you.
Did we just hit a yellow light?
I haven't decided that I don't want to marry you yet. is the way that I phrase it, I believe.
Okay, your turn.
We'll start with the good.
Okay.
I think you were spot on with a lot of what you said. I think the thing that is most intriguing and positive out of it, from what I take from some of the most, what I would consider successful, not necessarily a financial sense, but just like most unique personalities who are very bold and are good at what they do, that I look up to and respect. I think a lot of them, the way they kind of shared the sentiment of, I didn't know that a form of being so unselfish and unmotivated to my own personal gain could exist.
Right.
In the sense that like you would do things for a child that is, 2 weeks old that make no rational or emotional or logical sense for your own well-being.
Right.
But because they need you to be that thing.
Yes.
And for a lot of people, I don't think that would exist until that opportunity showed its face.
Right. And we were just talking about this the other day, is that like having an animal who depends on you for survival is like, again, a stepping stone. I want to be very clear. This is a stepping stone. It is not the same thing as having a human child. But like having a dog teaches you so much about the first level, like level 1, beginner level of what you just said.
Yeah.
Like their life literally depends on you to do everything for them.
Right.
And I think it's a good learning experience.
Mm-hmm. So for me, and who's someone who is, I don't think that I'm necessarily the most or least selfish person in the room ever, but as someone who's like rides the middle line, or is, I'm not selfish for myself. I think I'm excited to see where that takes me.
I think you'll learn a lot.
Yeah, I think I'll learn more from being a dad than I have
anything else.
Yeah.
I agree.
One. On the flip side, what is the worst part? I think my fear of all of the worst parts of myself being ever passed on to that kid.
I hear that from a lot of people.
Yeah.
I have a friend who doesn't want to have kids because they're too scared of that.
Right. And I'm not scared of it because to a degree, the worst parts of me have taught me some of the best parts of me.
Right. And I think, and this is like a whole other fucking podcast episode, but nature versus nurture, it's like you don't know how much that can change, affect, and,
Well, what I know is that I don't control it.
Right.
So the only thing I can control is what comes out of my mouth, and the example that I set, both good and bad, in the finite 18 years before he or she decides to fuck you guys for 5 years and then come back and say, oh, never mind, I love you.
Right.
And if it's better than that, great. But that's what I'm probably going to expect. Like, I know the way that I acted, and I know you're stubborn ass. So I can only imagine the stubborn fuck that's going to come out of the both of us.
Yeah, genuinely, if we had an offspring and they took 50%, so if it was, they were 50-50, but they took 100% of my worst qualities and 100% of your worst qualities,
we're fucked.
We are just absolute fuck. We are done. Yeah. We need to, I don't know what we need, but oh my God.
But yeah, I think that's the journey there is something that I'm going to be super excited to embark on in 20 years from now.
Okay. You sound like you were media trained for that question. That was a good answer.
That was a joke to the us not having kids for 20 years, but
got it.
That was the subtle dig back at Gail for putting me on blast last hour.
Right. Just want to let you know that my eggs will not be fertile at 47.
That's okay. Stimulate the economy. Surrogate.
Yeah, well, there's that option.
Yeah.
Also, literally just the state of our bodies, just being able-bodied to like do literally anything to like get out of the car, we would not be fit to have children in 20 years.
Fine. 18.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, you can maybe want to send a nice thank you text to MomDIY for putting you in the hot seat.
Is there like phone number available or something?
For who?
A thank you text?
No, I meant you.
Oh, me.
I meant you.
Oh, I could send it then.
Yeah. Oh, so MomDIY does have an Instagram, and it is
MomDIY.
You know what's so fucking rude is that someone stole Dad DIY, and it's so now my dad is Dad DIY 1. He doesn't really use Instagram.
No, he's Dad DIY number 1.
No, right.
The other one's 0. Yikes.
You're so right.
Yikes.
You're right.
Loser. Dad DIY.
Yeah. Whoever stole Dad DIY.
Whatever. But Dad DIY 1, number 1 Dad DIY.
Number 1 Dad DIY.
Yeah.
Number 1.
And of course, for Mom DIY, it makes sense for her to be Mom DIY.
Yeah, of course. I was going to say, are you putting Mom DIY down right now?
Not everyone has to be put down just to be put up. Okay.
You're right. Yeah. Mom DIY can still be the best Mom DIY. Yeah, absolutely. Anyways, go let my mom know that you enjoyed all her hot seat questions because these are pretty intense. Honestly, I opened the doc and I was like, Whoo! Oh shit!
Nothing.
This is easy.
Yeah.
Okay, well maybe we'll have to come back with a part 2 with harder questions.
No, just wait till my mom asks questions.
Genuinely,
They're all gonna make you uncomfortable.
my stomach is in knots just thinking about the things that your mom would ask me. Ooh.
I can't wait. That's not what next week's episode's gonna be. Next week's episode's gonna be fire.
Are you saying that this episode wasn't fire?
No, this episode was fire. It's not a zero-sum game, Lauren. It's not always a zero-sum game.
You know what would not be fire is your mom asking me questions. So I understand now that what you're referring to is that episode, which we're never going to do. So good thing that episode will not see the day of light.
It's the light of day.
The light of day. The day of light.
How about the ass of crack? Crack of ass, I mean.
Yeah, it's the crack of ass.
Tell them.
Oh, so when you wake up early.
And hey, Canada, this is you again.
No, this is a Lauren thing. This is a Laurenism, not a Canadaism. This is, don't group us.
Canadaism sounds a lot like cannibalism.
You're right.
Yeah.
I take that back. Sorry.
Canadism.
Don't blame Canada for the things that I don't know, which is most things. I don't know anything.
And if
big head, no brain, no thoughts.
Okay, explain them.
So I don't know where this came from.
When you talk about deal breakers and things that I compromise, it's shit like this that
Oh, you know where this actually came from? I know exactly. It came from one of my good friends in high school whose name is Brooke. She said this and it just stuck with our entire friend group. So I actually don't even know what the proper saying is, but when you wake up early, you wake up at the crack of ass. Not the crack of dawn, because I don't know what that means at the crack of dawn, but you wake up at the crack of ass in the morning. You wake up at the crack of ass. And again, hearing it back now, I do see how that could be confusing.
Stop, drop, roll with the pod. Bye.
Bye.